got there and went in, all of these Jewish prisoners were there, and they were still dying of starvation, and we tried to feed them, and if you even fed them a clear broth, they'd just throw it up. After we were there for 3 or 4 days, the Army sent in some specialists to handle it, and we moved on. As odd as it seems, we opened the gates, told them they could leave, and they wouldn't go out. They'd come to the gate and they'd look up and down that highway, but they wouldn't come out. I don't know if they were actually afraid or not, but they wouldn't leave for some reason. I don't know if they'd been brainwashed or if they were really afraid, but they were real friendly and talking to us. They took us down to where they slept. They'd have maybe a 4-foot wide wood thing, no mattress, no nothing, and they had to sleep 4 in each one of these bins, and that's all they were, just wood bins, starting at floor level and going up to the ceiling. And there was one place they took us. They said they'd bring these Jewish prisoners up there, and it was a chute leading down into a basement, and they'd push them onto that chute and they'd slide down, and there was 2 German soldiers at the bottom of the chute, and they'd hit them over the head with a club. And then, have you ever been in the meat department of a store where they have these meat hooks and they'll hang a quarter of a beef on it? Well, then they'd pick them up, tie their hands behind their back, and stick the hook under their chin, and then give them a push down that, it was kind of a trolley, and that's kind of a tender spot. Anyway, I've got some pictures where they'd almost kicked out a cement wall with their bare feet when they'd be hanging on that meat hook. And when they got to the far end, they'd hit them on the head with a club again and lay them on a metal stretcher and push them into the ovens. Sometimes they hit them hard enough to kill them, and sometimes they didn't. There was human ashes so thick you could scoop them up with these number 10 cans. I was glad to move on. Well, of course, I was there. I saw it. It made an impression on me, a deep impression. As far as the advice I could give my children or my grandchildren, one of the worst things we can do is nothing. When we see somebody being mistreated, we should endeavor to help them. And I think that the Lord works double on that. He says, judge not that you be not judged, that you'll be judged the same way you judge others. And I feel sure that we receive blessings on the way that we issue blessings to others. So if you see something wrong, if you're in school and somebody starts making fun or mistreating another student, do something about it right then. Be sure to do what you can to make sure that everything runs smooth. And try to be friends with your Father in heaven.